Home Depot clearance events can be some of the best times to save money, but there is a big mistake most shoppers make. They see a yellow clearance tag, they see a big discount, and they immediately assume they are getting the best possible price. That is not always true. Home Depot has a markdown system, and if you understand how it works, you can know when to buy, when to wait, and when a clearance deal is actually a trap. Right now, Home Depot is clearing out thousands of products, and some items are already marked down 50%, 60%, even 70% or more. But some of these prices are only the beginning. Others are already at their lowest point and will disappear quickly. So before you run to your local store, you need to know exactly what to look for. One of the best clearance deals happening right now is on the Shark Stain Striker. This is a machine designed to remove pet odors, food spills, dirt, and everyday messes from carpets, furniture, and upholstery. Home Depot has this machine marked down to just 89.98 cents because they are clearing it out. Now compare that to other retailers. The exact same Shark Stain Striker is selling directly from Shark for around $130.99. Walmart has the same model listed around $119.99. That means Home Depot is beating some of the biggest retailers by a huge margin. This is the kind of clearance deal you want to look for. A product that is not just marked down but is actually cheaper than competitors. The only problem is inventory. Clearance products do not last forever. At some locations, there may only be a few left. Another great clearance find right now is the Contigo 40-ounce tumbler. Everyone has seen the huge trend around expensive tumblers. Some brands are charging $40 or more for similar cups. But Contigo is a company that has been making quality drinkware for years. This 40-ounce tumbler includes the popular straw design, allowing you to drink it the way people expect from today's popular cups. Normally, these sell for around $25. Home Depot has them marked down to only $10.50. Walmart is selling the same Contigo tumbler for around $24. So you are getting the same product for less than half the price. When you find deals like this, especially on name brand products, you do not want to wait too long, because once they are gone, they are gone. But not everything in the clearance section is a buy. This is where understanding Home Depot's markdown system becomes important. Home Depot clearance prices often end in specific numbers, and those numbers can tell you where the product is in the markdown process. If you see a price ending in an 8, that usually means it is the first markdown. For example, a light fixture that was originally $17.97 may drop to $14.38. That ending number tells you it probably has more room to fall. The product may get another markdown later, possibly another round after that. So if you do not need it immediately, waiting could save you more money. Another example is a Hampton Bay light fixture. One model dropped from $35.97 down to $23.98. Because it ended in an 8, it was likely only at the first stage of clearance. This is where patience can pay off. But then you have the second markdown, when you see a clearance price ending in a 6. That usually means the item has already received another price reduction. For example, a light that was originally close to $90 could be marked down to around $34.16. That is a massive discount. At that point, you have to decide. If you love the item, buy it, because waiting could mean someone else gets it first. The final markdowns are usually where you see prices ending in numbers like 01, 31, or 41. When you see those endings, the product is often close to the lowest price Home Depot will offer. One item that is worth grabbing at that stage is the Power Failure Flashlight Nightlight. This is one of those products that every home should have. It works as a normal nightlight, but when the power goes out, it automatically turns on. You do not have to search through drawers looking for a flashlight. You do not have to worry about finding candles in the dark. It gives you instant light when you need it most. Originally, these were around $15. Home Depot has dropped them down to about $4.31. That is the kind of emergency item where buying several makes sense. Keep one in bedrooms, hallways, bathrooms, and areas where you may need light during a power outage. But remember, just because something has a yellow clearance sticker does not automatically mean it is a good deal. Take the Hoover SmartWash Advanced Carpet Cleaner. This is actually a good machine. The problem is the price. Home Depot has it marked down to around $260. That sounds like a deal because it was originally higher. But Walmart is selling a newer SmartWash Pet version with similar technology for around $160. So the clearance sticker is misleading. This is an example where you have to compare prices before buying. A clearance item is only a deal if the price is actually lower than your alternatives. One of the biggest markdowns happening right now is on Vigoro Faux Stone no-dig edging kits. These are used around flower beds and landscaping areas. The original price was around $31.97. Home Depot dropped them to about $7.99. That is roughly 75% off. This is a perfect example of a product where you should not just buy one. Measure your garden beds, calculate how much you need, and buy enough while the inventory is still available. Outdoor clearance is especially strong right now because stores are preparing for upcoming seasonal changes. Another hidden deal is the Rubbermaid Brute 32-gallon commercial-grade trash can. Most people walk right past these because they just see a trash can. But these are extremely durable. They are designed for commercial use and can handle much more abuse than a regular household trash can. They can be used for trash, pet food storage, emergency supplies, gardening equipment, or organizing your garage. Normally, these can cost around $40 or more. Home Depot has them marked down to around $17.47. That is a huge discount. The interesting part is that the wheels sold separately can cost more than the container itself. So instead of buying accessories, grab the container while it is heavily discounted. Another major clearance category right now is garage lighting. Those viral hexagon garage lights that people use to transform ordinary garages into showroom-style spaces are being cleared out. One popular 16-pack from In Brighton provides thousands of lumens of bright daylight lighting. Originally priced around $99, Home Depot has marked some of these down to around $67. And here is another important lesson. Sometimes the in-store clearance price is much lower than the online price. The website may still show the regular price while stores are clearing inventory locally. That means checking your local store can uncover deals you will never see online. Outdoor products are also seeing huge markdowns. The Igloo Trailmate cooler is a perfect example. This is not being discontinued because it is bad. The reason is simply the color. The red, white, and blue design was popular around July 4th, but stores need to move seasonal colors after the holiday. Home Depot dropped this cooler from around $80 to about $39.75. The exact same cooler in different colors can still sell for much more at other retailers. Sometimes clearance has nothing to do with quality. It is simply about making room for new inventory. But be careful with products that look discounted but are not actually worth buying. The Char Griller portable grill and side firebox is a good example. The product itself is excellent. It is versatile and well made. But at around $98, it is not a great clearance deal. If it drops closer to $50 or $60, then it becomes interesting. Right now, it is better to wait. The same thing applies to some bathroom fixtures. A brushed nickel collar faucet may be discounted because stores are moving toward newer finishes like matte black and warm brass. The faucet may drop from around $109 to about $81. That sounds good. But if the same model in another finish is only slightly more expensive, you need to decide whether the discount is actually meaningful. Sometimes classic finishes like brushed nickel are still the smarter choice, because they hide fingerprints and water spots better. Another common trap happens with power tools. Ryobi products often look like amazing clearance deals. You might see a leaf blower or trimmer marked down. But you need to check one important detail. Many of these are tool. That means the battery and charger are not included. A tool that looks like an $89 deal can become a $200 or $300 purchase once you add the battery system. If you already own Ryobi batteries, great. If not, calculate the full cost before buying. One of the best times to buy fire pits is during end-of-season clearance. Home Depot wants to move summer products before making room for fall and holiday displays. Hampton Bay fire pits are seeing major discounts. Some models that were around $169 are now close to $79. Others that were over $200 are marked down closer to $129. Even smaller models have dropped to around $49. Fire pits are one of those products you can buy now and enjoy next summer. The same goes for patio furniture. This is when prices start collapsing. Stores need space for seasonal displays, including holiday merchandise. Patio chairs, tables, cushions, and sets can be marked down 40%, 50%, or more. Some three-piece conversation sets that were hundreds of dollars are now under $200. Outdoor rugs are another interesting category. An 8x10 indoor-outdoor rug marked down to around $49 can be a great deal. But always compare sizes. If a smaller 6x9 rug costs the same price, the larger rug is clearly the better value. And do not assume every patio item is discounted. Some sets remain at full price. If something has not started moving, Home Depot may eventually lower it further. Sometimes waiting is the smartest move. The same applies to patio pillows. Right now, many are around $10. But if you shop Home Depot clearance regularly, you know these often drop closer to $5 when the store really wants them gone. The biggest lesson with Home Depot clearance is simple. Do not just look at the yellow tag. Look at the price ending. Compare with other stores. Understand whether it is the first markdown or the final markdown. And always ask yourself one question. Is this actually a deal? Or does it only look like one? The best clearance shoppers are not the people who buy everything cheap. They are the people who know exactly when to buy, when to wait, and when to walk away. Right now, there are some incredible Home Depot clearance deals available. But the smartest shoppers are the ones who understand the system before spending their money.